Another late comeback for the Mavericks. Find out if it was going to be enough to take down the Old Orchard Beach Raging Tide for a second night in a row. It's a big game here in the standings at Leary Field. Wednesday night baseball coming right at you on Maverick Spotlight. It's the old-fashioned pizza box frisbee toss. Nothing like it on a beautiful Wednesday evening at Leary Field. Great night for baseball. Great night for everybody to watch ace pitcher Tim Holmes up there on the hill. Still leading the league in strikeouts by a landslide. Why not add a few more? Graham McIntyre swinging to end the second. Phil Scarretta swinging to end the third. And Matt Pagano blown right by to start the fifth. And when you get velocity like this, Holmes throwing up around 90 at the moment with that fastball, but he was not untouchable. Old Orchard did hit him. They actually put up 4 runs before Holmes out and came to an end in the fifth. After that hit, we get the relief in Justin Thomas, who's had his struggles so far this season. Things did not begin too promising for Thomas as Bagan spanks one to left field. Barely stays in the ballpark. It's an RBI double for the big guy. Holmes is going to get charged with the run, but it's 5-0 Raging Tide. But from there, it was all locked down for Thomas. Strikes out Fran Witten to end the fifth. And we go to the other side. We mentioned the Mavericks being shut out to this point. It's 5-0. And Evan Brissentine has a lot to do with that, making this start, wreaking havoc on this Mavericks lineup. Gets Salcido fishing on the breaking ball. 4.1 innings pitched by Brissentine, just 2 hits allowed, no runs. A solid start being put together, but he would eventually be broken. Rob Hogenkamp batting with a 3-2 count per the usual, drives one into left to load the bases with 1 away, still here in the fifth. And a nuclear situation brewing here for Brissentine. He has to face TJ Lynch, an RBI machine by definition. 3 in last night's game, chalk up 2 more. Hoyt and Coppinger score, it's 5-2. And that would mark the end of the day for Brissentine. Mike Franzese is going to come in for relief, and he's going to have to face Chris Del Debbio. Franzi bearing down. Del Debbio has something else in mind. Puts it in play. Tough play for Tito. Del Debbio sprinting down the line. It's an error over at first base. 2 runs are going to come around and score on the play. That's going to cut the lead to 5-4. We go back to Thomas, still on the mound. Cruising right along. Strikes out Jeff Galinas. 27 outs in a baseball game. 12 of them came by way of the K from Mavericks pitching. To the offense. Coppinger. Yeah, he just hits the ball hard. Smashes one into left center, just misses clearing the fence. It's a stand-up double, and it leaves Hoyt, the game-tying run, poised to score from third base. Now 3-2 the count to Rob Hogenkamp. He rips one right at Tito at short, and this time Tito gives the first baseman something he can scoop. He does just that. The inning is over. Still 5-4. The Mavericks come up empty-handed. Now Josh Jakes out in relief in the 8th inning. Haven't seen much of him on the show, but he's quietly leading the team in wins with 4 this season. And plays like this. It's one thing or another with TJ Lynch, a diving snag, and from his knees, falling backwards, throws over to first base. Are you kidding me, TJ Lynch? One for the ages right there in the Mavericks record books. One thing or another with this guy. Good slow-mo action there. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mavericks running out of innings, but Salcido, he shortens up, sends one into shallow center with 2 strikes. Is misplayed. McCarthy holds at third, so it's 2nd and 3rd. Chris Hoyt strikes out though, and now it's 2 down in the 8th. Coppinger, the next batter, walks to load the bases with 2 outs. It's Rob Hogenkamp, a chance at redemption. To be the hero, he does that. Draws the full count, earns his keep, walks down on the first base line. His 26th walk of the season, but that ties the score. It's an RBI for Hogenkamp, 5-5. And of course, this is the worst thing that could happen because now it's TJ Lynch time. There he is, still doing his thing. Rips one into right field on an 0-2 count. Coppinger and Salcido score. It's 7-5 Mavericks. TJ Lynch just lighting it up as of late in the FCBL. And then Clay Ardicer, he gets involved in the 2-out magic. Another single to right field. Hogenkamp scores from third. It's 8-5 Mavs. You'll find out just how important that insurance run was. We go to the top of the 9th. Freshman Dave Druin in for the save. Druin retired the first batter, no problem. But the second 2 caused some trouble, including Aaron Wilson, who beats out an infield hit. Now it's 1st and 2nd with a game-tying run. Matt Pagano stepping to the plate. Cause for concern, Dave had a manager out to talk to his young pitcher, trying to settle things down. But you see why Pagano, such a feared batter, gets way under this one, but it's a pop-up that takes McCarthy all the way to the warning track. Tagging from third and scoring is Wilson, and that would make it a one-run game. But with the bases clear, Druin bears down. He strikes out Phil Scarretta of Virginia Tech to end things as the final out of the game. In the inning, the Mavericks are victorious at Leary Field on Wednesday night. What a win! And we take a look at the box score, 8-7 the final. Mavericks out hit the Raging Tide 9-8. A lot to look at here on the box score, including TJ Lynch, 3 for 5, 4 more RBI. He is on an absolute tear as of late. Timmy Holmes adds 7 more strikeouts to his season total. Josh Jacobs picks up his fourth win. We talked to TJ Lynch in the postgame.
Great team effort right there. I mean, they're a great team. I'm in 4th place right now, trying to. We're just trying to get a win out there, stay alive in the playoff race.
How about that play over at third base too?
To be honest, I thought it was foul. So, I kind of hesitated, and then he called it fair, so I just tried to throw it as fast as I could. So.
And a quick snapshot around the rest of the league. The Rocks take down the Sharks 6-2. Silver Knights beat the Navigators 6-1, and the Titans beat the Suns 4-0. And this is why it's all important. Look at the standings. This was as of July 28th. Seacoast Mavericks 2.5 games out of playoff contention. After beating the Raging Tide twice in a row, though, they are just 1 game behind the Raging Tide for 6th, 1.5 games behind Pittsfield, and just 2 games behind the Brockton Rocks. Well, folks, that's going to wrap things up for tonight's show. What a game here from Leary Field. The Mavericks take 2 in a row against the Raging Tide, 2 big-time games. Tomorrow, traveling to North Shore, the Navigators, a hot team. Mavericks will look to contend and get their first win down in Lynn, Massachusetts. Craig Riotto signing off for episode 20 of Maverick Spotlight. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow from North Shore with more video highlights.